South Africa's role in BRICS. Economic contribution. South Africa has the smallest economy in BRICS with a GDP of approximately $400 billion in 2025 compared to China's $19.5 trillion. Use KBS and India's 4.3 trillion dollars. Sityebile nezi gaga ha. Thina sine-400 billion. Khona ingxaki madela. Intoni esichazayo? I-crime. Yes, bethayo basingayi-contribute ku-BRICS. But its conclusion reflects its strategic importance as Africa's most advanced economy and a gateway to continental's financial potential. So ke ngoku thina sawuthi South Africa yeyona advanced economy in Africa, yabo. South Africa in Africa. Kanye abathanda ifuna ibizwa bathi Azania. Azania. We live in Azania. The country is Azania. I'm going back to Azania. You must fight for the people of Azania. Azania. Okay, yeah. So, and the gateway to the continent's financial potential. Yeah, but so in South Africa, the continent is Africa cool because I want Africa to grow. I want Africa to be great again because believe it or not, Africa was great and can be great if you are willing to work. So I think someone is calling my name. Okay, let's move. Trade benefits. BRICS membership has opened new trade opportunities for South Africa, particularly with China and India. Though non-BRICS countries dominate its export, the NDB supports infrastructure projects, but South Africa's trade growth is limited by logistic constraints, ports, rail, and reliance on commodities, e.g., minerals and agriculture. The challenges: South Africa's 2025 GDP growth 1.7 lags behind other BRICS nations due to high unemployment, 32.9%. Shit. Energy uncertainties and slow structural yeah, now. The potential loss of AGOA and US tariffs threaten its automotive and agricultural export, critical to regions like the Eastern Cape. The geopolitical stance: South Africa's align with BRICS push for global governance reform, e.g. UN Security Council, IMF, and the de-dollarization. But its democratic system and trade ties with the West create a balancing act. It advocates for global South cooperation as seen in the 2025 Rio Summit focus on inclusive governance. Yabo. So thina seku-BRICS siphinde but ke ngoku ezi si-exporta kakhulu thina, which is the United Kingdom, yabo. United Kingdom ayikho ku-BRICS. USA ayikho ku-BRICS. Japan ayikho ku-BRICS. Hey bey, ibizile ndizilibele. Siziyeke but asikho ku-BRICS, but sezona esi-export Jesus. Today namhlanje namagama sezona esi-exporta kakhulu kuzo but asikho ku-BRICS, yabo. Phinde sibe ku-BRICS. So yabo, so ke ngoku kind of de-dollarization ayikazi kwenzeka but izakwenzeka if yabo baqhubeka basebenze because ngoku it's stronger. Yabo sinyukile man. I don't know, Saudi Arabia, I thought join, but I didn't see it here. But okay, let's go to the last video. Challenges and outlook. Internal heterogeneity. BRICS diverse economies, e.g. China's manufacturing, Brazil's commodities, India's services and political system. 3. Democracies. 2. Authoritarian states. 8. Complicate unified action. Tensions like India-China border disputes hinder deeper integration. So China nama India bayalwa ngenxa zebhoda. So ke ngoku baku-BRICS but uyabona ke ngoku bayaxabana. There is a fight within the BRICS community or the BRICS family or the BRICS inner circle. So yeah, abazivana zivana tu ezintwana. US tensions. US President Trump's threat of 10% to 100% tariffs on BRICS countries for de-dollarization efforts risk trade wars, potentially raising prices for American consumers and promoting BRICS to accelerate alternative financial system. Global impact. BRICS expansion and initiatives like BRICS Pay and the NDB signal a shift toward a multipolar world. While not overtly anti-West, the bloc seeks a post-Western order challenging G7 dominance. And South Africa benefits from this platform but must navigate trade risk and internal constraint. So nazi informational link ongasitshela wena nazi ivideo ngibana kulendekeleyo. Okay, let's have a raw conversation. Yabona ndazi BRICS iqale nini, andiyazi ke nomntu ekhaya bengayazi, ngekho xa iqala andikho nangoku, but ke apho iqale khona. But if you see China, China, it's a powerhouse. China is a powerhouse. Russia is a powerhouse. I respect Putin. Much respect for Putin. India, I don't know, is becoming a powerhouse. Maybe Brazil and others, not sure. India and Brazil are not that focused on them. But again, since China, Russia are powerhouses. India potentially will become a powerhouse. Brazil nayo is or will become a powerhouse and others. So maybe can you Ethiopia very good country, I love it, but I wish to go there, but Mali. Ethiopia paying the business is gone. Iran, so Iran is a powerhouse, man, military. So since maybe my opinion, I'm not sure, and not that well informed on this fucking political shit, but maybe if in these South Africa is associated with China and Russia, it will improve. Now you know that quote, if you hang out with 5 lions, you become the 6th lion. If you hang out with 6 billionaires, you become the 7th billionaires. If uhlala nabantu fundini abanengqondo bafuna ufunda, abanolwazi, abanxanelwe ulwazi, not utywala, not ibhiya, ulwazi, people who are thirsty for information, if you hang out with them, you will become the 7th person of that group. If you hang out with people who want money, you will become part of that group. So if South Africa is in a group with powerhouses, it will become a powerhouses. You are quote the motivating. You are of surrounding you. That corner quote man. Like abo bantu khala nabo, yabo, in a way back define it, because bahlala nabantu abathenthini. I'm not judgmental now. But it's good, that's for you. But now speaking, I think someone is entering my fucking yard. Let me wrap it up so that so if South Africa powerhouses will become a powerhouse, but with the correct leadership, next video ngokuwenza freestyle but not to rap, like uthetha ngoku, have a raw conversations, sincokole nje, bafethu, ndiyoya lo mntu.